am here at Jamboree Style, and today I'm going to show you how to put greenery and flowers into our balloon garlands. So I'm just going to start by telling you kind of what I have here and what I've done to get to this point. You're going to need wire cutters, possibly a hot glue gun and tape. Kind of just depends on how tightly you put your balloon garland together and if it'll hold the flowers, but those are two things you might need. So I have peonies here, and with all these I've kind of already clipped them apart. So the peonies, they were just long, I clipped them shorter. And these are Parisian buttercups. And this was a dogwood. Again, they come on long stems and I clipped them apart into individual stalks. And then we have lamb's ear here. Again, this was actually just one, just to let you know how many of everything I bought. I had 3 of the dogwoods, and then these were individual stems. This was actually one stem. And then eucalyptus I bought 3 of, and I just cut them apart. And then this is called Queen Anne's lace. And I had, I believe, 3 of these. And I actually took the leaves off these because I saved one to show you guys. They were like this, and there was a bunch of them, and they just didn't look quite right with everything. So I took the leaves off and cut most of them apart into individual stems. So that's what I got here. I bought it all at Michael's when it was on sale. They have great sales on their floral during the spring and summertime for weddings. So what I'm going to start doing is kind of assembling this, but first I just want to show you how I kind of place things. So what I've found by doing a few of these is it's going to look better if you do fewer clusters of things in tight packs across the whole garland versus lots of different things throughout. So I'm going to group things together to make a stronger impact. And I'm going to do about probably between 4 and 6 different clusters of things. So I kind of work everything in triangles. You're going to see that when I put the flowers together, but also when I place them. So you want to make sure not to have things in lines. So you're going to want like up here, down here, you know, throughout the whole balloon garland. So that's how I'm going to do this. So the next thing I'm going to do is insert the flowers. So that's how I start. I start with flowers and then I build from there, and I put greenery around it, and you'll see the triangles come into effect. So I'm actually going to just take 2. I'm going to do one right here. So when you insert them in, just be careful not to poke the balloons and pop them. So those seem like they're staying pretty well, so I'm not going to hot glue them yet if I don't need to. Okay, so next I'm going to place some lamb's ear and eucalyptus. So I'm going to do lamb's ear. I like it to kind of hang up a little bit like that. I don't like it to be super tucked in, a little drapey. And eucalyptus. And then I'm actually going to show you, so the triangle piece, I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to have to glue it. So see where I come into my triangle. So I'm just going to glue the stem a little bit. So I always glue to the flower or stem and then press it on the balloon just for safety, for not popping the balloons because of the heat. Just press and hold for a minute. Let it set up. And then, see, I like that kind of hanging and almost looks a little vine-ish. And then I'm going to take some of the dogwoods, put them in. Just kind of tuck them in with the long ones here. I'm actually going to glue this one up too, just because I want it to stay up a little bit. So I'm just going to do everything identical. So I know I want to do a big one up here, so I'm going to do like a little one right down here. So I'm just actually going to use one flower on it. I think I'm going to go right there. Maybe, yeah, right in there. So it's definitely going to have to be glued. So again, the stem. This does eat up a decent amount of hot glue, so have a couple extra hot glue sticks handy. So what I found out is gluing does seem like it takes a little bit extra time because you have to sit and hold the hot glue while it dries, but taping, I tried it yesterday, or just like sticking them in, and as you move things around it just starts falling out. So this just will save you some headaches down the road. Just use a little bit of hot glue if you have it. If not, I'm not saying you can't make tape work, but this is definitely the easiest in my opinion. So next I'm going to place this little piece of lamb's ear and some eucalyptus, and I'm just going to keep this one real simple. Actually, I might not use the eucalyptus. Let's do this. And just have to place a little bit of glue to keep these in place here. Okay, so next I'm going to take a couple of flowers. I'm going to make a bigger bouquet up here. So I'm just going to take 3 and tuck them in. Okay, so I'm going to do one more little cluster here. So I'm going to do one flower, and then I'm going to do some of this dogwood, and I'm just going to tuck it in. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm doing, but just making it really small, kind of like that one. So again, triangle, and then you have a triangle here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of eucalyptus in there, and then that's all. I'm going to make it just small. I'm going to make it actually hang down, the eucalyptus. It always helps to kind of step back when you're doing this and look at what you're doing, just because it looks so different when you step back versus when you're right up close to it. So I do encourage you, every time you like kind of finish a cluster, just take a step back and look to see how it's looking. Okay, so next I'm going to do a little cluster again right up here. So do this, probably one flower on this one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and place it in. We'll do a little of this. So I have more than enough flowers. I could probably do, if I had a couple more of these, I could do a whole nother balloon garland. This one I'm definitely going to have to glue. Actually put one more flower in here just because it's kind of a big hole. I think my bottom one, I'm hoping will hold this one. It's probably hard for you guys to see that because it's kind of faced that direction. And then this stuff's my very favorite, so I'm going to put more of that in there. My hot glue wasn't quite dry. Okay, so while I'm holding this, I'm going to put a little bit of Queen Anne's lace in the corner there. And then eucalyptus I'm going to have to hide, or glue, I mean. Sorry, here, let's do a longer piece. It's a juggling act. Just like the longer, drapier pieces to kind of fall down here. I'm just going to do this. Okay, so I think that's really all I would do. Once you start adding more, it just kind of becomes too busy. So this is all a little bit extra. So you probably could get away with, you know, one of these. Honestly, one Queen Anne's lace. Probably could get away with 2 eucalyptus, 1 dogwood, maybe 2, probably 1. So I had 5 of the Parisian buttercups and 4 of the peonies. So you could do 4 and 4. So it's actually can be pretty inexpensive to do this. Another thing you can do this is with live flowers. You know, you're just not going to be able to keep it up as long because the flowers obviously don't have water unless you put little vials on the end of them. Those might get a little bit heavy, but yeah, here's our completed balloon garland with flowers in it, and you can use them for bridal showers, weddings, whatever you choose to do, but it's super easy. I know you guys can do it even for the non-crafter. Just follow the triangle rule and it'll look great. Thank you for watching today. Check out jamboreestyle.com for our balloon garland kits, and then you can add your own flowers to it.